Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. So today I want to show you how to use a program called Calameo. Calameo is a publishing program that allows you to take a PDF document and turn it into an e-catalog or an actual flippable catalog online. I found it to be extremely fun and advantageous to my Scentsy and Velata business, and I want to share how to do this. If you've been using an outline for Facebook parties through our Scentsy family party group, then you know that there was one created on here, and I want to show you guys how to create your own. I'm an advocate that when you're doing Facebook parties, when you're marketing your business, that you do your own publications, your own videos. Customers don't want to come to your place and see somebody else presenting for you. They want to see it coming from you. They want your links. And when you're using other people's, there is a risk that you are going to be presented with somebody else's links or information or phone numbers or that sort of thing. So I'm an advocate that you need to create your own. And so I'm going to teach you how to do that, okay? So it is a simple, simple process. All you're going to do, and I want to show you also that this is a free account that I'm using. You do have the ability to have upgraded accounts that you can pay for, but I personally, I don't know if you've been following me, but you know that I like to do a lot of stuff for free if I can. And this is no different. This gives me just the amount of information or just the amount of tools that I need without having to pay for it. And they're willing to give it to me for free for now, so I'm willing to utilize that. So let's go back and click on Publish Now to start our own e-catalog. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that you've already downloaded your PDF file. That in Scentsy World can be found on our workstation as a PDF document for our catalogs. It can also be found on your website that the customer can download a PDF version. This is a much more fun version, easier to see, and sometimes better for mobile. So we're going to go ahead and click on Documents, and today I want to do the Velata catalog. So that's this one. And I'm going to go ahead and click on Open, and it brings me right to my creation of my catalog. So I'm going to call this Velata Fall Winter 2015, and I know I made a spelling error. And then here is where I also have the ability to put my website for people to see it. Now, keep in mind, this is not going to be a clickable link. This is just going to be in the description of the catalog so that people can see it. They're going to have to copy and paste it in order for it to work. And so therefore, that is another place that you can utilize to advertise your website. Under display mode, I like to have it as a publication so that it has that flipping left to right motion or ability. And yes, left from right, because that's how I read. So now sharing is going to be automatic. You'll see the options that we get in a moment. And customization is how they are going to view your publication. I like it nice and clean and simple without a lot of bells and whistles. And I click on this one. You also have the ability to create sounds for the flipping. You also have the ability to add music in the background. Keep in mind, the more you have, the longer it's going to take for it to load. And it's very possible that there are going to be people that do not wait for it to load, and therefore you could potentially lose customers. So the simpler, the better. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on Publish and have it go ahead and upload. All right, it's going ahead and it's uploading, and I'll be back in just a moment when it's all done. Okay, it is done uploading. It's done being created, and you'll see it sitting here. Now, there are going to be a few different options that you can do with this now that it's been created. And one of the things that primarily what you're going to want to do is get the link, and that is under Share. You also have the ability to embed this into your own blog, let's say, or website. You can download it so that you can share it through email as an actual file rather than a link. The overview is, I'm going to show you real quick. The overview is just a page that kind of gives you an overview of what you're going to be looking at. Kind of redundant, I feel, just so you know. And then we also have add to favorites, which is right here on the website. You can deactivate it. You can edit the table of contents, the links editor, move to another folder, upload a new version, or delete it. Now, I do want to show you the links editor. I don't believe that I've had this set up on any of my other catalogs until now. It's not the best thing, but it is helpful in the event that somebody happens to click on it. You have the ability to click and drag to create linkable areas. So basically what that means is, like in this one, I created this box that if anywhere clicked inside of it, it will go to my website. So it is linkable, it is clickable. And if you happen to put your mouse over it, you will see where it says click here to shop. So it's not an in-your-face kind of a link thing. It's probably going to be more of an oops, I clicked here and now I'm going to her website. And I want to show you kind of what that looks like here in a moment. But basically, you would just make sure you click on external link. You would put your link here to your website. What do you want it to say when the mouse is hovering over that area? And then you just click on save down here at the bottom. So now let's go back and I'll show you in a bit where that shows up. All right, so I want to share this link so that I can use it in my Facebook party. By clicking on share, it'll bring me to the read link or to the overview link. If you remember, I showed you what overview was, and it's a bit redundant. I think that going directly to the catalog is probably the best way, but totally up to you. So if I click here, click on copy, it actually copies the link for me, and I can go now to another website or blank page, enter and paste that URL, hit enter, and it will bring me to my catalog. I'm going to go ahead and X out the advertisements here at the top so that you can see. Now, our Velata catalog does spread horizontally in the PDF. It isn't necessarily that way because it's two-sided, or you know what I mean. Anyway, so in order to function this, no, see what just happened? I just happened to go over here, which is that blank area that I created as a link. Now, hovering over here, it does say, click here to shop, www.cookandcreate.net. When I click on it, yes, it takes me to the Velata website. Beautiful. However, more than likely what's going to happen is they're going to click on the arrow to make it go to open up the catalog. If you put the link over here, they're never going to be able to, because it's going to overlay this, and they're never going to be able to forward the catalog. So I think maybe that's where the pay version comes in. I'm not 100% sure, but I have this here right now in order for them to click if they happen to do that. Now, when I change page, that link is no longer there. Okay, so it's, I don't know. It's there, it works. It's just not an in-your-face call to action kind of a thing. So here is the electronic version of the Velata catalog. You'll notice that there's not a lot of branding because that's the free version. So as far as going to my specific website, you're not going to see that except for that link that I created at the beginning. Now, I probably could put another link here and say if you want to shop, click on, or maybe even on the whole page. So, I mean, it's totally up to you guys what you want to do. Typically where I have mine are in Facebook parties, so I'm going to be providing that link to them to my website anyway. It's also on my fan page, which also gives them a link to my website. So it's not overly necessary that this is clickable. However, if you wanted to take the time and on each and every single one of these pictures, make a link to that product on your website, by all means, do it. I don't know that everybody wants that ability because, well, I don't see why you wouldn't want it. So maybe that's something that you could do as well. So these are just ideas of what you can do. Here you would click on this eyeball to actually view it and read it right now. This is to edit it, so it'll bring you back to your editing information. And then embed is actually going to give you some code so that you can put it on your website. Okay, so there's a lot of different things that you can do with this. I hope that this was helpful. You obviously know that I need to go answer the phone. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have an amazing day.